Brenda is helping
Yes.
me
Yes.
with a new, no, I'm going to tell them what you've done.
It's now recording.
Beg your pardon?
It's now recording. So keep your bad words to a minimum.
Keep what?
He said it's now recording.
It's now recording, so keep your bad words to a minimum.
Oh, I don't use bad words. I'm such an old straight-laced old lady. What we're doing today, and I have no idea how it's going to work, but Brenda says it will, so we'll try it. I'm going to introduce a topic to you, and we're going to discuss it a little bit. And then when I say, Brenda, put pages such and such up, she's somehow going to put them on your screen. And you won't see me for a change. You'll get to see those pages. So I'm excited to see how it works. I hope it makes things better for all of you. And Saturday, Martha's teaching me how to put things on the whiteboard. So boy, next class, I'm just going to be just with it. I can feel it. So here's what we're doing today. What I did was I think I have 4 main points. Here's my little scrap paper that I wanted to talk about. First of all, we're going to talk about responders' action after an overcall, because there are certain steps they must go through. We're going to talk about responders' preemptive jump over after an overcall. We're going to talk about responders' QBID. There you go, Judy.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about responders' negative double. And I had a sheet on negative doubles that I want to send out to you guys, because I have a feeling that not all of you know negative doubles. If you know negative doubles, would you please raise your hand so I know how much I can talk about and how much I can't? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's almost half. Don't know them. We'll do it briefly. And then I will mail you my sheet on negative doubles that explains it clearly. And then I am going to invite you to a free class Tuesday. We may only work for an hour or so, but I want to tie up any loose ends from this. And I would like to go through negative doubles with you. And I'd like to spend maybe 10 or 15 minutes talking about how we open in different seats. Those 3 things I think would be beneficial for you. Anyway, and then after we do the negative double, which we won't spend a lot of time on because you don't know it yet, we're going to talk about responders' action after a takeout double. And then we're going to talk about advancers' actions. And then we're going to end with letting the opener maybe have the final say. So if you can get your mind on, we're mostly doing responders' actions after overcalls and takeout doubles, because it's a lot to remember and it's a lot to know. So what we're going to do, get ready, Brenda, my scientific wizard.
Do not say that. We're going to do what?
Say what?
Do not call me a wizard.
I said.
Don't get expectations up. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought wizard was a compliment.
Okay.
All right, put up pages 134 to 139.
Okay, the first one may take me a bit, but after that, host has disabled participant screen sharing. So Ralph, do you know how he allows me to share a screen?
What if I just type screen share?
Well, I have the document, so you have to allow me to screen share. So how did you get to allow recording?
Oh, now I'm even out of the meeting.
No, that's good. Oh, now you're on screen. We're on your screen share.
Ralph, can you help this? Martha, anybody? I'm going to push
now
cancel.
If you go to the top, you should be able to stop screen share.
There, I did.
There. Okay, now where is Ralph? Are you here?
Ralph is right here.
So
Martha's right here.
So what she needs to do is she needs to give me clearance to share my screen.
He's muted.
My screen is muted?
Ralph is muted.
Ralph is muted.
Yes, she has.
Mary Jo, do you have something to say?
He has to click on your name and give you screen share authority.
Screen share. My choices are mute, stop video, chat, pin, spotlight everyone, make host, rename, allow to record, allow to multi-pin,
host.
put in waiting room, remove or report.
Make host.
Report,
Make host.
I'm sorry, make what?
Make host.
Oh, make host. I did it.
Okay, so now let's see if I can share my screen.
Now it says I'm not the host you are.
Right. So there,
Oh, it worked.
so there we are.
Oh, there. Oh, this is exciting, you guys. On page 134, it says that North opened the bidding. Oh, why does it keep bouncing around?
Well, I'm trying to get it the right size, Glenna. Okay. Is that a size good?
That's a good size.
Okay.
It's fine. Thank you. Anyway, the opener bids a club. It's so little I can't see it. And then the right-hand opponent overcalls one spade. And it says, you can read it here. It says sometimes it doesn't affect it. So what they're going to talk about in this book is that when somebody overcalls, often responders' actions don't change. So it's called little impact. There are other times when the overcaller's action permits or requires somewhat of a change in their attitude or their thought or what they're going to bid. And then other times it's a huge impact. So they're trying to walk you through slight difference, medium difference, or a big difference. And so that's the point of these first few pages. So on
Glenna?
this hand,
Glenna, I'm sorry. Connie Messner's trying to get into the meeting.
well, how do I do it now when I can't see her?
I just let her in.
Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
because she's the host now, I'm not.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So what happens is, goes a club, let's do the next one because this is no change. So let's start with that. North opens a diamond, East overcalls one heart. Now, you were going to pass anyway, right? You have no points. You have 3 points in clubs. And that's it. So partner opened a diamond, you weren't going to bid anything. So now when it goes a diamond and the overcaller bids a heart, it doesn't do anything. It's called no impact. Okay. Let's look at the top of the next page. It goes one diamond, one heart. Now, look at what you were going to do without looking at the one heart thing. You have 3, 6, 7, 8 points if you count length points. You have a fit with partner, so you don't count length anymore. Now you give yourself 1 point for the doubles and heart. It goes one diamond, one heart. You were going to do it anyway, so this is low impact. You still bid 2 diamonds.
I thought she had work.
I hear somebody's voice, but I don't know if they ask a question or not. Brenda, if somebody asks a question, somebody's
We
going to
should,
tell me.
I don't know. Did you hear them?
No, I just heard a voice, so I didn't know.
I think it was the background. I think it was my daughter. So I'm muting myself and I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I just didn't want to not answer a question if somebody had one. All right, let's look at the bottom of the half of this page. But Brenda, I can't see my clubs. There, thank you. All right, partner opened a diamond and the next person overcalled one heart. Again, you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 9 real. And weren't you going to bid one no trump anyway? And so now that they've overcalled a heart, nothing has changed. You're still just going to bid one no trump. Partner knows now that you have 6 to 10 points, but partner knows more now than he did before because now he knows that you have a heart stepper. All right, next page, please. All right. Without any interference, your partner is going to open a diamond and you count your points. You have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 6 in spades and 2 in diamonds. So when partner opens a diamond, you intend to bid 1 spade. Partner or the opponent overcalls a heart, you still respond 1 spade. That's no adjustments. Now, this next group of 2 or 3 say minor adjustments are required. So part of the overcall, remember the purpose of the overcall to start with, one of the things was you want to get the contract, you want the lead of the suit that you overcall. And remember I told you that it seems strange to say, but one of the things of overcalling is you want to keep responder honest. And by honest, here's a good example of if she had opened a club and the guy bid a spade, and a spade, and if I didn't, if they overcall it now to bid a no trump, I have to have a spade stopper. Whereas if it goes 1 club pass, I can bid 1 no trump with 3 little spades. I'm just keeping the bidding open. So I'm making South be honest in their bid that they have a spade stopper. So that's just a minor adjustment that you have to have. If you're going to bid a no trump, you have to have the opponent's suit stopped. All right, can we go to the top of page 137, please, Brenda?
Yep.
Thank you. Now, they open a club, and aren't you going to bid 1 heart if there's no interference? Right? You have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points. Of course, you're going to bid 1 heart over 1 club. So what happens now, this is so minor, they're going to open a club, the right-handed person's going to bid 1 spade, and your minor adjustment is that you're going to bid 2 hearts, not 1 heart. When we go to the 2 level, I'm going to repeat this, we have to have 5 hearts for hearts, and we have to have 11 or more points. I keep hearing people say, oh, with 10 points, they make limit raises. With 10 points, they go to the 2 level. In standard American, you have to have 11 points to go to the 2 level. All right, so we've had no impact, minor impact, and now we're going to go to large impact. Raise the plates. Thank you. Now, if there's no interference, it's going to go 1 diamond, and we're going to bid 1 heart because we have 5 hearts and enough points to respond. But all of a sudden now, over partner's 1 diamond, the opponent bids 2 clubs. So now partner has an opening hand, right-handed opponent has at least 11 points to go to the 2 level, and he has 5 clubs. What can you do over 2 clubs? You can do nothing. You can't bid 2 hearts. You don't have 11 points. You can't bid 2 spades. You can't raise partners double with a doubleton. And you really don't have enough points to bid 2 no trump. 2 no trump there should still be the 11 or 12 that it normally is. And as we go through some of these hands, I want to just review some of the point counts that we've talked about. If I'm your partner and I open a diamond and it goes pass and you bid 2 no trump, do all of you remember that it promises 11 or 12 points? So if it goes a diamond and they bid 2 clubs and I bid 2 no trump, it should show 11 or 12 points. See, these point counts, we talked about it a little bit Tuesday. I keep telling you these point counts don't change that much. So if you would take the time to learn the point counts, you can use them in very many situations, and situations where you don't have to say, geez, I wish I knew what to do here. It just will become automatic for you. Next page, please, Brenda. All right. Here, 1 diamond, 2 clubs, same thing. You have to pass. You're not good enough to say double because a double there would be for penalties. And you're not good enough to bid 2 no trump. You don't have 11 points. You can't raise partner's suit. So this, I used to say people paid me a lot of money to learn how to pass. But I see people just say, oh, look at that. I've got a club stopper. I better bid 2 no trump. Class, you can't do it. You have to have the points and you have to have the shape to be bidders. I hope, does that help you a little bit understanding how you readjust your thinking when partner when the opponent's overcall? I can only see 4 people and none of you are smiling at me.
If we can get more. No.
Thank you for the smile. Okay, now we want to talk about responders jump raise. Responder makes a jump raise with very few points, but he usually has 4 card support to jump to the 3 level, and he has 5 card support to jump to game. And the reason he has that is we talked about the law of total tricks. The law of total tricks has taught us that if we have 8 trump between us, we're safe at the 2 level. 9 trump between us, we're safe at the 3 level. And 10 trump between us, we're safe at the 4 level. Excuse me. And I hope you remember that I told you being safe is not the same thing as being successful. There's no guarantee that you're going to make 2, 3, or 4, but sometimes down 1 is a very good board. What being successful means is that you have so many trump between you that the opponents don't have enough fire or enough ammunition to double you for penalties. So let's take a look at this preemptive raise. Without any interference, partner's going to open the bidding 1 heart, and you're going to bid 2 hearts. You have 5 high card points, 1 point for the Doubleton spade, and 1 point for the Doubleton club. You have enough to bid 2 hearts. But when it goes 1 heart and the opponent bids 1 spade, what you're going to do now is take all the action you can possibly take to keep your left-hand opponent from having the privilege and the right to bid 2 spades. So you're going to jump to 3 hearts as a preemptive bid. And now look what you've done to poor West. West can't bid 2 spades anymore with his 6 to 10 points. Now he needs a lot more points to bid at the 3 level. So you have effectively preempted him out of the auction. If he does bid again, he either has an awfully lot of spades or he has an awful lot of points. But you've done your dirt, I call it. You've made his life difficult. You've obstructed his bidding. And that's what we want to do when they overcall. We don't want to just say, oh, here, I'm so happy you're here. Please bid 2 spades. Make it tough. Don't give them the right to do it. Next page, please, Brenda. All right. This hand is a typical hand, whether there's an overcall or not. And we've talked about weak freaks. And this is a perfect example of a weak freak. Your partner opens the bidding a heart, showing at least 5 hearts, and you have 5 hearts. So the law of total tricks says, don't even think about it. Bid 4 hearts. But a 4 heart bid here shows fewer than 9 points, 9 or less. It shows 5 trump. And I think I told you that the textbook is written that they want you to have a singleton somewhere. And I break that rule often and do it with a doubleton. And my partner usually goes down 1. But it turns out all right for us for the most part because they were going to make a lot more than 50 points. But I do break that rule because I have 10 trump and I can't help it if I don't have a stiff. So I don't break very many rules. I have to tell you, I'm a very rigid bridge player. So I know I'm naughty. I can't see the bottom hand, Brenda, sorry.
Can I ask a question?
There you
on
go, thanks.
that? Can
Now-
you hear me?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
Without the overcall, would you still just go to 4 hearts on that one?
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
you bet.
That's what I
It's
thought.
a weak freak. So you
Right.
would do it without an overcall or with an overcall. I
Okay.
would even do it if they doubled.
Okay,
I'm not going to be nice to these opponents. I'll just say hi to them and then I'll try to beat them.
okay.
All right. If there's no interference on page 140, partner's going to open a heart and you're going to bid 2 hearts. You have ace third of hearts and you have 8 points. So naturally you would bid 2 hearts. Now, the overcaller bids 1 spade. So now you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what do you think you do?
2 hearts. 2 hearts.
I heard somebody say something, but I don't know what it was.
2 hearts.
You would still bid 2 hearts? I would. But I want to see what the book says. Yeah, it says 2 hearts is the right thing. So let's go over to page 141. And this next hand is going to be the Q-bid hand. You had a single raise, a simple raise, and now you're going to have a Q-bid. What happens here is that you have one heart, one spade, and they're suggesting that you cue bid to two spades. And that says that you have at least 3 cards for partner suit and at least 11 points. Well, you didn't have 11 points in that hand, but that's what it would show. So a cue bid, it's like a limit raise and strength, but it only guarantees 3 card support, not 4. And I think that's the main thing about cue bids is that it's the point count's the same, but that's it. All right, next page, please. When we're going to have support for partner suit. All right, partner opens a heart and we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1 point for the doubles and spade. We would make a limit raise of 3 hearts, wouldn't we? A limit raise is 4 trump and 11 or 12 points. And I'm really pretty strict about that. And if I teach you anything, I hope that the thing I want to stress the most with you guys is that the 10 and 11 point hands kill some of the 499ers. They overbid with 10, they underbid with 11. And so I'd really like you guys to know that 6 to 10 business in the 11 or 12. Even if you think, oh, this hand is better than that, I'd really like for you to follow the guidelines and see if it works better than if you just take liberties and change with what the bids are. So now in this hand, it goes 1 heart, the opponent overcalls 1 spade, and you should bid 2 spades. Now, if partner must bid, he cannot pass a cue bid. It's absolutely not allowed. If he bids 3 hearts and you have only this 11 or 12 points, you pass because you told him you had a limit raise or better, right? So if he passes 3 hearts, he's saying that he doesn't want a bid game. So you can't go on. But let's look at this next hand on the next page. This time you have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points. Partner opens the heart and right-hand opponent overcalls a spade. Again, you bid 2 spades because you have 11 or more points. But if it goes pass and partner bids only 3 hearts, you overrule him and you say, I said a limit raise are better and I have an opening hand, which is definitely better. And so you would put him in 4 hearts. Are there, raise the page, please. Brenda, think. Does that make sense to you guys, what I'm saying? Boy, nobody's shaking their head yes or smiling or nothing. Oh, there's a smile. I like a little feedback as I go, so I know if I have to review it again.
Glenna,
Yes,
can you slow down a little bit?
sure.
It's a lot to take in. I mean, writing and looking and listening and
I know. I think what I'm trying to do, Jill, and I will try to slow down a little bit. I want to make sure we get through all the pages and then we can review it. We can review it again next Tuesday if everybody can come.
okay.
I guess these few pages that we're doing right now are things that it's just a simple raise. It's a cue bid, and a simple raise is 6 to 10. A cue bid is 11 or 12 or more. So if you get those concepts in your head or write down those concepts, then I think it'll be better. So let's look at this next hand. If the right hand opponent does not bid and partner opens 1 heart, you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 points for the doubles and spade. So what you want to do this time is just bid a new suit and you're going to raise hearts later. So don't cue bid here. You only have 3 hearts. Just bid 2 diamonds. You could always raise hearts later because let's review this right here. This is a good time to keep reiterating certain things. If the bidding went 1 heart and your right hand opponent made a takeout double, 2 diamonds would not be forcing. Remember, after a takeout double, new suits are not forcing. But when they overcall, a new suit is still forcing. So I'm going to give you a minute to write that sentence down. I think that's important that you realize it's different if they overcall or if they make a takeout double.
I have a question on that first hand.
Yes,
You said that for a limit raise, you need 4 cards to have a limit raise. And then you said for a Q bid, it had to be three or more. But that hand shows 4 cards. Why isn't it a 2-heart bid?
because a 2-heart bid is limited to 10 points. It's a simple race. Good question for asking that. Thank you.
Yeah,
This,
but it doesn't seem to be a Q bid because there's more than 4 hearts.
on this board, which board are you looking at, Ralph? Help me.
The one above.
Oh, the one above. Can we go back up, Brenda?
This one?
Yes, that one.
Okay. Well, he has an opening hand. So
Yeah. So
if you have 6 to 10 points, you bid one way, 11 or 12 points, you bid a second way, and 13 to 15 points, you bid a different way. And if you have 16 or more, you have bid yet a different way. So he has an opening hand
uh,
and he has 4 hearts. So that's why he can Q bid.
so you're saying that a Q bid can be used 2 different ways then?
Well, it shows a limit raise are better if that's what you're calling 2 different ways.
But a
But
limit
you-
raise is 11 points. An opening hand is 13 points. So
Right.
2 different things.
Why am I not following? A limit raise, this hand is the R better. If he had only 11 or 12 points, he would still Q bid, but if partner only bid 3, he would not bid game. With this hand, even if partner bids just 3 with an opening hand, his partner would go ahead and bid 4. Did that answer your question or am I still missing it?
No, I'm asking why it's a Q bid when there's 4 hearts. And you said that it's because it's got 13 points. You said a Q bid is normally done when there's 3 of the trump. So that if there would be an ace 10 7, then it'd be a Q bid.
It's still a Q bid. It's a Q bid whether I have 3 or whether I have 4. The difference is if I simply let him play 2 hearts or 3 hearts, whatever he bids, I only probably have 3 and I don't have an opening hand. But when I have the 4th heart in an opening hand, it's a blessing. I have these 4, so I can go ahead and bid game, even if he says he's not interested.
Okay, so you bid 2 spades as the Q bid. How is he going to know that he should go to 4 hearts?
He's not going to go to 4 hearts, Ralph. He's going to be very weak and he's going to bid 3 hearts. And I'm going to say, partner, I have more than a limit raise, and I'm the one who's going to bid 4 hearts. Good question. I mean, do you guys follow what we're saying here? I can Q bid, and if my partner bids only 3, I pass if I don't have the right points. But when I have an opening hand, I overrule him and I bid the game.
Well, it still doesn't make any sense because if you said 2 hearts, then the opener could go to 3 hearts and then you could go to 4 hearts. I'm just trying to figure out why.
Ralph, can I tell you where we're not connecting here?
Yes.
If you open the bidding a heart and I'm your partner and I bid 2 hearts, you can take it to the bank that I don't have any more than 10 points. So he could pass. So 1 heart, 2 hearts is not forcing. And he could pass me. And because he has an opening hand and I know that I have an opening hand, I have to find some means to convey to him that we have 2 opening hands and I want to get us to game.
Glenna?
Yes.
My partner, I play majority of bridge with, would just say 2 opening hands is a game bid, and he would bid game in that seat. But I think that's the reason I think we got to help him realize it shows a weak hand if you go so fast, because maybe you can keep talking and talk about more than game. I mean, opening hand and opening hand.
Dot, excuse me a minute. I need you to move your screen so that we can see your mouth. Your mouth is below the screen and I can't hear everything you're saying. Can you
Okay.
put your screen
Okay.
down a little bit
And
or
my,
you up a little bit or something?
and my system is real bad, so I try not to talk because people usually say they can't hear me, but I just don't know. I mean, this is the one we're talking about now that Ralph's asking. You got an opener with an opening hand and you got a partner with an opening hand. It seems like you'd get to game quicker than this, but I see you saying if you go quicker, people think that's weak, but I mean, two opening hands, isn't that just exact? I mean,
No,
that
no, when you
responder
have,
knows.
listen, class, I like what she's saying. I wish I could hear her better because I may not say this exactly the way she'd like to hear it. But when it goes 1 heart, 4 hearts, that does not say we have 2 opening hands. That says, partner, I don't have 10 points. I have a weak freak. And so if you have 2 opening hands, you move a little bit more slowly because that's how you end up getting to slams, is that when you have 2 opening hands. One of you could have better than an opening hand and you'll get to a slam. So I don't know who your partner is all the time, but I think, well, I said all the time. I think what you have to do is you have to, I don't know, sometimes I think I might offend partners because they look at me weird, but when I see partner make a misbid, like jumping the game with a full opening hand, I very nicely tried to be nice, asked them after the hand why they thought they couldn't just bid more slowly to allow us to explore for slam.
Good.
I have a question.
Yes.
My question is this. When you say the 2 spades in the hand that you're showing, it really doesn't tell you as much. I think if you responded like with a Jacoby 2 no trump, that tells you, that's more descriptive to me of the hand than by saying a Q bid.
Tom, sweetheart, I just have to teach you one more thing. When the person overcalls, Jacoby 2 no trump is gone. You cannot use Jacoby 2 no trump. So that's another reason why we're learning Q bids. If it goes 1 heart by you and the next guy bids a spade and I bid 2 no trump, that shows 11 or 12 points, a doubleton heart, and spade stopped. So Jacoby no trump is off with interference. Is that new?
I guess so.
Okay, is it new for anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's divert so I don't mess you up about Jacoby 2 no. If you open a heart and the next person passes and I bid 2 no, the next person now chimes in, we still use the knowledge that we have 2 opening hands because I've already told you that I have an opening hand when I bid 2 no, but it changes when the person interferes is between us on the right side. You know, the more I'm sitting here, the more I'm thinking this really is a lot of information, isn't it? It's, I hope I'm slowing down a little bit and I hope that we get through all this. And if we don't get through all of this, we'll finish it Tuesday because this is, this information is not foolish information. I'm not wasting your time teaching it to you. This is what advancing players play. So not only should it help you bid your hands more clearly and more accurately, but when you're playing in a competitive game and the opponents are doing this stuff, it helps you to know what they're doing and what they're showing. So it's really an enrichment thing to know all this and to know that Jacoby 2 no is off when there's interference on this side, but it still can be used on that side. You know, bridge is a tough game. I swear, I don't know a tougher game than this. Are we ready to move on or should I stay here?
I have a question, Glenna.
Yes,
Is a Q bid 3-card support or 4?
it can be either.
Okay. I see on one page they're saying 3, another page they're saying 4.
I know. And I'm not saying that this book is perfectly written and terribly clear. That's why I'm trying to explain to you that I think what will help you the most is to know that if you Q bid, it only guarantees 3.
Okay.
That's in stone. It only guarantees 3. And if partner just bids 3 of our suit and I only have 3 trump and I only have my 11 or 12 points, I pass. But on this particular hand that we're looking at, it's a bonus that there's the 4th trump there. But it just solidifies that you want to go slowly and get to game because you have a full opening hand and you have the 4th trump. So when I say that you're overruling partner, class, partners do not like to be overruled. I don't know if you've learned that yet or not, but it's just like living with somebody. They don't want you overruling them when they've made a decision. So you've Q bid 2 spades here on this hand, and it goes pass, and partner bids 3 hearts, and partner is fully expecting that he is going to be playing 3 hearts. But it's going to go pass, and you're going to bid 4 hearts because you have a full opening hand, and it's like icing on the cake that you have the 4th trump.
Glenna, I have a question with this. If, let's say the ace was not in clubs, but in spades, would you do a no trump then instead of a Q bid?
If we made spades be the ace 3rd and the clubs queen 3rd,
Yeah. So then, does
well,
that,
let me be honest. Let me think about it for a second. Boy, I don't like it as much, but I would still do it.
you'd still do the Q bid?
Well, see, you've given me a really tough question. And to be perfectly honest, part of it would depend on who I'm playing with. Some people I would bid the no trump because I know that if I don't tell them I've got the spade stopper, they will never believe it. So I don't know how to say this anyway, but then to be honest, if I'm playing with, like today, I played with a girl who's very new at bridge, and I bid more carefully with somebody who's very new and inexperienced than I do with somebody who's playing at my level. Is that fair to say? I mean, I don't want to do anything to mess them up, but maybe I would bid 2 no even if I were playing with somebody newer at bridge, because partner did open the bidding a heart. If I've got the ace of spades and the king of diamonds, yeah, I might still bid a no trump. But 1 no trump wouldn't be enough, right? Because I have too many points. So I either have to Q bid or jump to 3 no if I had that spade.
But the Q bid would indicate I do not have the spade covered,
Right.
generally.
That's true. All right, can we go down?
Let's see, I hope so.
All right. Are we good with this hand? Would all of you bid 2 diamonds? You can bid 2 diamonds here because you're going to raise hearts later, but I want to repeat. I can bid 2 diamonds when there's been an overcall because my bid is still forcing. If it had been a takeout double instead of 1 spade, I couldn't. I'd have to Q bid because 2 diamonds is not forcing. It's just it's called non-forcing but constructive. What do you think, guys? Can I go on?
Sure.
All right, now, this is the part that I really didn't want to get into. I think we said 7 of you know negative doubles and 5 of you do not. So here's the pages on it, and you can read it. And I've got a simplified version with lots of stuff written out that I will send you tomorrow or sometime. A negative double is perhaps, well, first of all, you guys, if we sat here and counted all the different kinds of doubles, there's like maybe, I think, 5 or 6 different kinds of doubles. And one of the different kinds is this negative double. And what it means, the reason it's called negative double, this is kind of cool. Your partner is open, the next person has overcalled. If I had partner suit, I would raise it. So the first negative is I can't raise partner suit. The second negative is I've heard this guy over here overcall. I could double, I could bid, or I could bid a suit, or I could bid a no trump, right? When I don't do that, I'm telling my partner that I've got two negatives in my hand. I can't raise you and I can't bid my hand around their bid. So therefore, a negative double, I have to have a drink of water, sorry. A negative double is showing the other two suits. And it does not come with a guaranteed set of points. And I'm going to say this a couple of times. If you don't mind, I want you to listen first, and then I want you to write it, and then I'll say it again. A negative double shows one of two things. It either shows that you have a long suit, but not enough points to go to the 2 level, or it shows that you have points, but not enough length in the suit. It can be either or. And if I can get that concept through to you, it will be easier for you to learn negative doubles. So let's say this. My partner opens a club and the next opponent bids 1 diamond. I can still bid 1 heart or 1 spade, can't I? So a negative double doesn't come into action here. But here's where it comes into action. And I'm going to repeat this in a minute so that you have a chance to think about it and to write it down. If my partner opens a heart and the next person bids 2 clubs, how do I know if we have a 4-4 spade fit? I can't bid 2 spades because you need 5 spades to do that. So I can employ the use of a negative double. 1 diamond. What happened? I already got my bidding now. 1 diamond, 1 spade, was it?
2 clubs, I think.
2 clubs. All right, 1 diamond, 2 clubs. I can now say double that I have both majors. I have 4 of each. And does my partner have a fit for either one of those? I see somebody ready to ask a question. No? All right. So you have to have support for the 2 unbid suits, and you have to have enough strength to compete. Now, this is a chicken's way of saying this. This is what I'm going to tell you. If you are making a negative double and your partner can respond at the 1 level, you're not showing a whole heck of a lot of points. You're just showing a need to compete. But if my negative double forces you to bid at the 2 level, I better have the values that say we're safe at the 2 level. And if I make a negative double that's going to force you to bid at the 3 level, hey class, I better have a full opening hand. So it's not so much that we can write down how many points we show. We're showing that we have the strength to compete at the level at which partner must rebid. That's a lot of information about a negative double. So let's look at the hand on the right. It's partner opened a diamond and the next person bid a spade. This is what you would call a perfect textbook negative double. I have 4 hearts. I have 4 clubs. I have 8 real, and I have 1 point for the Doubleton diamond if I want to give it to myself. So therefore, I can make a negative double because if my partner wants to bid 2 hearts or 2 clubs, I'm not going to be embarrassed, am I? Boy, I think this lesson is a bomb. Is it a bomb? Do you not like
Oh,
this?
it takes time to think it through.
Okay, all right. I thought maybe I was boring people to death.
No, no,
No,
it's,
no, no. Class, I'm sorry, but I have to teach you one more thing, and I'll repeat it. There's one really important time to use a negative double. And it's when specifically partner has opened a minor and the next person bids 1 heart. I must use a negative double there if I only have 4 spades, and I bid 1 spade if I have 5 spades. And people rebel against knowing that little rule. But the reason they have to know it is because look at poor opener's hand. They don't know if you've got 4 or 5. They want to raise you with 3, but if you only have 4, you're not going to have a lot of fun playing the 4-3 fit at a higher level and trying to pull trump and rough losers. So Eric Rodwell is the person who invented negative doubles, in case you're interested in who's so brilliant. He's a savant at bridge and at piano playing, I swear. He says that if the bidding goes 1 club by partner and the right-hand opponent bids 1 diamond, I can bid 1 heart or 1 spade with only 4 because I'm still at the 1 level. But if it goes a diamond or a club, 1 heart, he wants to know right now if I have 4 or 5, because if I have 5 and he has 3, we found a fit. Negative doubles are probably the only thing that if I'm playing with somebody new or a student and they don't know negative doubles, I swear I get so mixed up and messed up. I think negative doubles are the single most important thing I play. I'd much rather play negative doubles than Jacobi transfers or Jacobi 2-0 or new minor force or any of that other stuff. Negative doubles just saves your bacon so many times because it allows partner to know exactly how many cards you have in a suit. Sometimes, class, you get a level too high. Oh, what happened?
Back, don't worry. This way you can see everyone.
Oh, okay, thank you. I thought I touched
Don't
something.
worry, we're all good.
If you're in the right strain, you can often be a level too high and still make it. When you get into trouble is when you're on the 4-3 fit and you're at the 3 level, it's really hard to make the contract. You have a lot to do with that little 4-3 fit. You have to pull the trump, you have to rough losers. And if the suit is not divided evenly and nicely for you, you can be down before you get started if the other guy on the other side of you has 4 of your suit. So knowing when partner has 4 and when partner has 5 is really a wonderful thing. So let's go through that step again. Yes, Martha? You need to unmute. I can't hear you. There.
Earlier, you said a negative double either shows that you have the other 2 unbid suits or you have a long suit.
No.
No?
Cross out or have a long suit. Negative doubles guarantee the other 2 suits.
Okay.
I don't know what I would have said that you thought you heard that. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Sorry.
So let's go through this again. Ralph is my partner and he opens the bidding 1 club. Tom Bolger sticks his nose in the water and bids 1 diamond. Now, if I bid 1 heart or 1 spade, I'm only promising you a 4-card suit because we're at the 1 level. We're looking for a 4-4 fit at the 1 level. But now Ralph is my partner and opens 1 club. And this time, Tom Bolger bids 1 spade. Well, for me to go to the 2 level, I have to have 11 or more points, and I would have to have 5 hearts. What if Ralph and I have a beautiful 4-4 heart fit? We find that by using negative doubles. So Ralph opens a club, Tom bids a spade, and I make a negative double. And I'm saying, Ralph, I've got 4 hearts and 4 clubs. And if Ralph has 4 hearts with me, he bids hearts. And we have found our 8-card golden fit. I see 2 people shaking their head, yes, and I love them. Thank you for giving me the hint that this is starting to make sense. If it goes 1 diamond, 2 clubs, and I double, I don't have a 5-card major and a 4-card major. If I double, I have 2 4-card majors. Because if it goes a diamond, a heart, is that what I just said? No, 2 clubs. If I had a 5-card major, I could bid 2 of my major, right? Because I have to have 5 of them. So I think all of you are capable of playing negative doubles, but I think the first few times you play it, you might have to stop and think about it. And I would encourage you to do this. Those of you who have a good established partnerships and know what each other's doing will be able to play this more quickly than somebody who's playing with a different person all the time, because not everybody knows negative doubles. But it certainly makes your bidding more accurate.
Glenna,
Yes.
how, if I'm the opener, how do I know if my responder is doing a takeout double or a negative double?
Oh, Dot, I ought to pay you $1 for asking that question. Thank you. I just love these questions because this is what you learn that you don't get out of a book. Your partner can only make a takeout double if the opponent has bid a suit and he's making you bid. So a negative double has nothing to do with takeout doubles.
Say
A
that again.
takeout double and what?
Say that again about the takeout double.
Yeah, you
A
can only
takeout-
bid it.
A takeout double can only occur in one situation, only one. Somebody has to open the bidding and the next person says double. That is a takeout double. So class, just to run by you. Yes, Mike, is your hand up talking, asking a question, or
I was.
who is?
No,
Jill.
not. I was
Oh,
just.
Jill, okay.
So the takeout double is the overcaller's double, right?
Well, he's not overcalling, he's making a takeout double.
But that's the seat, that's the person who's using it.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Class, just so you know, hear it here. There's takeout doubles, negative doubles, support redoubles, penalty doubles, reopening doubles. I mean, I have taught a 2-week class just on doubles because they have so many meanings. If you double an artificial bid, here, I'll teach you this. This is an expert tip and you're ready for it. If my partner opens the bidding 1 no trump and my right hand opponent doubles, if I bid 2 clubs, it's still Stamen. But if my partner opens a no trump and they bid 2 clubs and I double, it's not a penalty double. It's not even a negative double. It says I was going to bid 2 clubs. So answer me if you have a 4-card major. Now, to double an artificial bid, see, I know this is getting kind of deep. Maybe I shouldn't have done this little alleyway here, but let's say Ralph is my partner and opens a no trump and it goes pass and I bid 2 clubs. My left-hand opponent says double. That, in a sense, Jill and whoever else asked this, that in a sense is a takeout double because it's saying, partner, no, it's not a takeout double. It's saying, partner, please lead a club. So 2 clubs Stamen, a Jacoby transfer bid, a bid, Ralph bids 4 no trump asking me for aces and I bid 5 diamonds. I have 1 ace. If the person over on my left says double, he's telling his partner to lead a diamond. These are good tricks for defensive things. But it's sort of off on a tangent. I maybe shouldn't have done that. I just wanted you to realize how many different doubles are involved here. And so make sure you understand each one we do. A negative double is not a takeout double. A takeout double says, partner, you better bid. I've got an opening hand over here and I want to hear what your best suit is. A negative double says, partner, I don't have your suit, but I've got some points and I've got some cards in other places. Plus, it's the added thing that I don't have the opponent's suit. Class, if I had the opponent's suit, I would bid no trump, wouldn't I? Any questions?
I got
Am I,
So you do this one diamond and then the overcaller says one spade and you're sitting there and you double and you telling your partner you got clubs and hearts.
yes, 4 of each.
Partner sitting there and he opened up with one diamond only because he didn't have any suits. He maybe has 3 or 4 diamonds. Maybe he does have hearts or spades. So maybe he doesn't have any clubs or the other suit. What's he supposed to do?
Well, I would have to have a hand in front of me that would show me what he did have, I guess, because he can always bid hearts, the other suit. If he doesn't have clubs, maybe he's got to have something in his hand. If he doesn't have clubs and he doesn't have hearts, he can rebid his own suit. He can bid no trump if he has the enemy suit. There's just so many variables that it's hard for me to answer what all these different things might be. Anyway, have I gone slowly enough that you can write all this stuff down?
So you're saying that doesn't force him to go to no trump then? Is that what
No,
you're-
it doesn't force him to. Ralph, I'll see if I can find some hands and maybe between Martha and Brenda, we can get them on the camera front somehow so that you can see what I'm talking about. Listen, I've got a very unbusy weekend. I have time to do all kinds of things for you guys. You just need to let me know what it is.
I find it very helpful to see hands and then kind of talk about, when they're sort of all mixed up, talk about the various ways we might bid it and why we should bid a certain way. So for me, that's really helpful. I don't know about the rest of the folks.
Maybe for Tuesday, if somebody can help me remember what I promised to do, maybe for Tuesday, I could get out a couple of good negative double hands that would illustrate for you how they work. Just because I think they're so terribly important. Yes, Mike?
Yeah, the negative double seems like it applies in just a very, very specific way so that you wouldn't run into it very often in actual playing. You're saying you have to have exactly four of the other 2 suits. Now, I don't think that happens that often.
Well, I can agree with you that it doesn't happen all that often, but there are certain things in bridge life, in my bridge life, and I assume in yours too, that I don't know how we could bid a hand accurately without using them. When partner opens a no trump, if people don't play stamen, they don't have a prayer to get to the right places half the time. I may not use negative doubles more than maybe once or twice a day when I play. But man, is it important to know when my partner's got 4 spades or 5 spades when we have a fit or we don't? I mean, I should make a list, but I bet you, there's probably 10 things that we all should know forwards and backwards if we're going to win at bridge. And negative doubles to me is one of them.
But what if say you've got 4 of the major and 5 of the minor that have not been bid?
Oh,
Wouldn't you
good
go-
question.
Wouldn't you go negative double with that?
Yes. Yes. When
Okay.
I say you have to have, that's a minimum you have to have. But if I had a 5-card major, I would bid it freely. So I only have 4 of the major. And I'm looking for the major. I don't care that I have 5 rotten clubs.
Okay.
Does that clarify what he just asked? I mean, does that make more sense? Thank you for that question, because I probably did not word it accurately when I was describing it.
Glenna, I
Yes.
just had this happen to me on a Wednesday or 2 ago on the 199ers, and it's so great to be talking about it now because they really got the bid away from me. I was so mad. I looked at everybody else who played that. They got what I would have bid, but these current people stole the bid by using this negative double, and it was miraculous. I think they got 100%.
Oh, sure.
They
Sure.
got top board. So it's just so nice in my mind to see how that was played out and then to be talking about it right now.
Right.
Let me-
It's,
okay.
yes, Mike?
I'm still on the negative double, so you cleared that up. You could have 4 or more of that minor. But what if you only had 3 of the minor and 4 of the major and you want,
Oh, thank you. I love it when people ask me things like that. I am not going to not use a negative double because I have 4 of the major and only 3 of the minor. Anybody I play with knows that the main thing I'm showing them is that other major. And if they choose to bid the other minor, that's on their head, not mine. And you don't find that written in books, but that's how I play it. Yes, Tom? You have to unmute. I can't
Unmute.
hear you.
Is there any point requirement at all?
I would prefer to say that there is not, as far as I'm concerned. I bet you that we could go to the Bridge Club of Madison and somebody who has 400 points is going to say, oh, yes, you have to have 8 points. Baloney. It's not written in the Bibles of bridge rules that there is a point count, but I do feel, Tom, that you need to stop and think, am I have enough for my partner to play at the 1 level? I'm going to make him play at the 2 level. Do I have enough to make him be able to play at the 2 level? And then if you're at the 3 level, I think you need to have an opening hand, that I would say. But this 1 level and 2 level bids kind of depends on who's vulnerable and who isn't too. I mean, you have to be a little bit better if you're vulnerable and they're not at unfavorable, I can't even say unfavorable vulnerability. It's a mouthful. Did I hear somebody start to ask a question? I don't know. Judy, and all the stuff we've done so far, have I answered your question yet?
I think pretty much we just did, it was about Q bidding after a double. And if that meant you had the major suits. So yeah,
Oh, okay. All right, let's see what's next.
Okay, going back to share screen.
I'm now on page 148. Have I skipped ahead?
Here we are on 148, right here.
Okay, responders action after a takeout double. Now, I've said this already today, but I'm going to say it more emphatically now. Partner opens the bidding and the next person doubles. Any new suit by me is not forcing. It's called constructive, but it's not forcing. Partner does not have to bid again. So let's say Ralph's my partner, opens a club and the next guy doubles. If I bid 1 heart, I'm expecting that Ralph on lead, if he's on lead, will lead a heart for me. It's a suit that I want led. And then he leads my suit for me. And then, excuse me, then I can lead his suit through the declare. So it's setting the tone for defense. So what do you do when you have a good hand? When you have a good hand, you have to start with a redouble. And on the convention card, if you're playing competitive bridge, it says, I think it's so bizarre, but it says on the back, redouble implies no fit. And I see people who mark that. You shouldn't mark it. It may not be a fit, but you could have a fit and still redouble just to tell partner that you've got 10 or more points. Why do we want partner to know that we have 10 or more points? That's a question you should ask yourself because there is a very valid reason. Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to tell us what they know? Okay, I'll do it. Partner has 13 points to open the bidding. And if I have 10 or more, we have more than half the deck. So I want my partner to know that unless there's really unusual distribution or something weird going on, the hand belongs to us because we have more points than the opponents. So I would start with a redouble. I might raise his suit later, but I want him to know that I'm not making a preemptive raise, that I'm making a solid raise for him. So therefore, if it goes one spade double and I bid two spades, I'm just saying, hey, I'm trying to block the bidding. If it goes one spade double three spades, I'm really preempting, aren't I? So the only force after a takeout double for a responder is a redouble. And you can take that to the bank, as opposed to some of the other stuff that I don't tell you you can take to the bank. So the hand here, I don't know if there's a hand on page, no, it's just a picture of it. One spade double redouble. This person over here, West, has heard his partner make a takeout double and a redouble. He is not obligated to bid. West is not obligated to bid. But if he has a long suit, let's say he's got ace, jack, 10, sixth of clubs or something, I think he should stick his 2 club bid in. The opponents, north, south, are going to have this contract, but wouldn't he like to have his long suit led? So if he has something that he wants partner to lead, he should bid it now. If he doesn't have anything that he wants led, he should just pass. All right, let's look over here at the next page. I'm trying to move it and I can't. On page 1, I have to see where I am. Oh, it's on page 149. The bidding is opened 1 spade and right hand opponent doubles. South has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 real. And he can't raise spades. And he doesn't want to bid a no trump because, yes, that shows 6 to 10 points and he has 10 points, but he doesn't want to make the final decision where they're going to play. It's more versatile to make a redouble. You know, sometimes you go ahead and let's say your hand bids one no trump with this. Well, North might feel like he just can't bid again because he knows that you have stoppers and things, but he thinks that you only have 2 spades and he may not know how good your hand is. You've got to be at the 6, 7, 8, or 9 point thing, and you've got a full 10. So it's more flexible to redouble.
Glenna,
Yes.
you said the redouble is a forcing bid. That's just forcing 1 round, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, why wouldn't you just as soon play 1 spade doubled and redoubled, which would be game, if they'd let you get away with that?
Well, listen, class. Mike has a good point there, but all of you know that when it goes 1 spade double redouble, if West doesn't bid because he doesn't have anything to do and North should pass, the takeout doubler is going to have to take his life in his hands and he's going to have to bid his cheapest 4-card suit. You can't let him play 1 spade doubled and redoubled. I have to tell you, I've never had this score before, and I don't remember if it was 1240 or 1250, but I was plus 1240 yesterday. Somebody doubled me off in 1 spade, and I made 6. I mean, you know, when partner doubles somebody, you got to help them out if you can. But nobody should have allowed that for me to be able to play 1 spade, making 6 doubled. And so when there's a redouble, make sure somebody steps up to the plate and bids. And that's a good point too, Mike. Let me add this because of what Mike said. 1 spade double redouble. If West doesn't have very many, oh, that scares me every time you move it. If West doesn't have very many points over the redouble, if he has a good suit like ace jack 4th or something, I think he should bid 1 of that suit. It's not promising that he's got the World's Fair, but he's saying, partner, they're going to play the hand probably. This is what you should lead. I think I've said that before, but I want to make sure you understand that it's not forcing. It's just called a free bid. We've talked about free bids before. When responder bids over an overcall, It's like a free bid. When he bids over the takeout double, it's called a free bid, and you should have at least 7 points to make a free bid. So you wouldn't do it with ace empty fifth or ace empty fourth. You have to have a little bit of texture in there. I hope, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I hope I play against all of you guys sometime. It would really be fun to see you using this stuff.
Let me tell the people, the other people you haven't played with, it's not fun.
You never even played with me. How can you say that?
Well, not with you, but against you. It's humiliating.
Oh, no, it's that all this stuff you're just learning, I've been using for a long time. So I have an unfair advantage.
I had super fun playing with Glenna in Palm Springs.
Barbara, how come I can't see you today?
It says that you've disabled video.
Well, I'm not the boss anymore. Brenda is.
Well, it says you can't start your video because host has stopped it.
Okay, I don't know how to fix it, guys.
It's all right. But you and I had a great time playing in Palm Springs.
Yes, and by the way, you guys, she hauled me into first place, and I don't remember exactly what we had, but there she is. We had like 61 or 63%.
Yeah. We won open. We were in the 60s.
Yeah, and she kept saying, "Oh, I'm not a very good player," and I, criminally, you look good to me, kid. All right.
Glenn, I have one question. So, doesn't that double and redouble, if that one person bids, like you say, to save your partnership, doesn't the double go away then? Then the points don't get so multiplied, right?
Oh, if somebody bids over the double's gone.
Yeah, I thought so. And sometimes you should just do that, even if you're not going to get the hand and not get.
You better be careful just bidding something because you might not get the hand. I promise you, I'm promising you, I've learned the hard way. Don't do it yourself. Learn from me. You better have ace jack fourth in a suit or king queen jack 10. You got to have a suit that's worthwhile bidding one. Otherwise, they're going to double you, honey, and you're going to go for 800. A lot more than their 130. All right. Let's see. I can't see. It's getting so dark. Are we on page 150, Brenda? Where are we?
Well, let me see here.
Do you guys like this, that we're moving back and forth between hands and?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I like it a lot.
Good. All right. On this hand, on the left, partner opened a spade and ace doubled. Look at my hand. I have a full opening hand over here. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 real. If I should make the mistake of saying 2 diamonds, it's not forcing, and I might end up playing just 2 diamonds. So even though I have a beautiful suit, and if the guy had overcalled, not make takeout double, I would bid 2 diamonds and it would be forcing, right? But he made a double. So the only thing I can do to show my partner that I have a good hand to start with is to redouble. So now partner should know that it's our hand, and I don't know exactly where we're going to end up, but I have to start there. And I wanted you to see how you can have a really wonderful hand and only redouble because it's the only force. All right, let's look at the page on the right.
I got a question.
Yes.
I thought that when you change suits, it's automatically forcing for 1 round.
That's, Ralph, that is totally correct and 100% correct if there's not competitive bidding. If you open the spade and I'm your partner and I bid 2 clubs or 2 diamonds or 2 hearts, that is absolutely forcing for 1 round. But when a takeout double has taken effect, now new suits are not forcing. Isn't it a pain to learn all these different situations?
Is
Yeah.
that true for any interference or just the double?
Well, if he had overcalled, I'm not answering yes or no. I want you to think this through, guys. If it had gone one spade and my right-hand opponent had bid 2 clubs, I could bid 2 diamonds. And yes, then that is forcing because it's an overcall. And he would know that I have at least 5 diamonds and that I have at least 11 points. But all that changes with the takeout double.
Is that just a bridge thing or is that written down someplace or what?
It's in bridge books. One of the things I want to do this weekend is find you guys some books that I mean, how many, be honest with me, if I got out some names of books that touched on different aspects, would you guys like to know what some of them are?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, here, I'm making myself a note. So I'm going to make a little book list, not a long one, just a little one. And I'm going to send you a page on negative doubles, right? And I'm going to find you what, 2 or 3 hands on negative doubles. Would you like that? Okay. I'm so good to you. Doing all this extra stuff so that you get smart. All right. So what's going to happen with that hand is you're going to redouble. And you don't know if lefty's going to bid. You don't know what's going to happen. But partner has opened a spade. And if partner should happen to bid 2 clubs with this hand over here, I would now bid no trump because he's got spades and clubs and I've got diamonds and hearts. So I would bid 3 no trump. If he bids 2 spades, I'm going to put him in game in spades because when you rebid your suit, you're promising 6 of them and I have 2. So we have a golden fit in spades. Do you see how the redouble is also a flexible bid? Hey, Ralph, can I ever play on Monday morning with people?
Yeah, well, you play whenever you want.
Well, I mean, I don't want life masters in there, but I don't consider myself a life master. I just want to see how people are playing and what I can help them with.
You can. What is
Think
it?
about it. I don't want to tip the cart. All right, look at the next page. Partner opens a spade.
Oh, sorry. There we are.
Okay, and East doubles. Now, I have only 4 points, 4 high card points, but I have 4 spades. This is one of those preemptive bid situations where partner has an opening hand, the guy on my right has an opening hand, and I don't want to just sit there and act like a dum-dum and let West come in and bid anything he wants. I want to make him put his big boy pants on and have his bid if he bids. So this is where I bid 3 spades. I didn't redouble. I don't have 10 points, but man, I've got 4 nice spades. It's kind of odd, and I'll say this for you. I really don't have enough points. Well, I do. If I had only 3 spades, I could say 2 spades because I have 3, 4, and 3 points for the stiff heart. I could say 2 spades. But because I've got 4 spades and I want to be preemptive, I jump to 3 spades. If I had the 5th spade there and a stiff heart, I would bid 4 spades. Okay.
Oh,
Glenna,
I thought I heard a voice.
to answer your other question before, if you wanted to play, if you wanted to be at Monday, you could kibitz any pair you want, any table you want.
Oh, that's an idea. I could do that. Okay.
Usually 6 or 7 tables of people, so you could kibitz, start on one and work your way up if you wanted to.
All right. That might be fun to do for me. I'd like to see what people, I've heard that there's some very good players on Monday morning. And for you folks, I know that the Canadian girls would find our time very early, but Monday morning is fun. And Wednesday morning is a $1.99 game. And Sunday afternoon is a $4.99 game. And so if you ever get bored and would like to play bridge, just join us, and you can, it's usually on the website how to do it.
Glenna, can I go back to this hand? I should know this, but why you go to 3 and not 2? Can you explain why you do 3 and not 2?
You mean this hand we've just done?
Yeah.
Okay, class. Partner opened the bidding a spade, and the next person has said, I have shortness in spades, but I've got support for the other 3 suits. Partner, please pick a suit. If I bid only 2 spades, Wes does not have to have a ton of points in order to bid 3 hearts or 3 diamonds, right? He could do it with a 10 count. He could do it with a 9 count. But if I jump to the 3 level, he has to bid at the 4 level. And boy, he has to have a lot of points. How can he have a lot of points when his partner and my partner both have opening hands? So I'm trying to not enable him to show his best suit. It's called obstructive.
And it's nice because it's spades, so it forces to
But
go to-
I would do it if it were hearts too. I really would, because you've got to keep those. The way you win a competitive bidding is to get in early, get your suit out there so partner knows what to lead. And then when you're on a misfit or you know you're a minimum hand, get out of the auction. Let the opponents keep arguing. Is that all right?
Mhm.
All right. Let's page 151, Brenda.
Oh, here it is.
Okay. We did page 150, right?
Yes.
Okay, so page 151. Oh, didn't we just do that too?
I think
Yeah, we just did that.
this is
Let's
the-
do 152.
Yep, here we are.
All right, the bidding went 1 spade double. I don't like that this book says to bid 2 diamonds. It's not forcing. It says South would have had to have responded 1 no trump because, oh, I see, there isn't enough strength to bid a new suit at the 2 level. But after the takeout double, he can bid 2 diamonds. Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't read that little paragraph. A new suit at the 2 level is not forcing after a takeout double. And this is what we've been talking about. The only force, if he had a full opening hand, he would redouble first before he showed his diamonds. All right, advancer's action. Now, let's go back and talk for a minute. Up here is the opener. Here is the little devil, whether it's a takeout double or a bid. Here is the responder, and over here is the advancer. So the opener and the responder stay the same. The little devil and the advancer are the people who are getting into our hair. So this next page, page 153, it goes 1 heart, 1 spade. Brenda, can you raise it just a little bit so we can see that hand? Thank you. You only have 6, 7, 8 points. But you have 3 spades, so you don't want to, no, it goes 1 spade, I can't do it, 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts. The advancer can still raise spades at the 2 level. He responds as though his partner had opened the bidding, because in overcalling, the partner has opened the bidding for their side of the table. But you can't say he opened and he opened. So bridge people gave the person who overcalled the name overcaller. But the overcaller who overcalls first is the person who's opening the bidding for their side of the table. So his partner responds just as though his partner had opened the bidding. Is that clear as mud? Oh, good. People get that. All right. Let's see what, I'm trying to see the time, but I can't see the time. I don't know where we are, if we're doing good or not.
427.
Let's go to page 154. Now, I wish you couldn't see what you're supposed to do. I'm holding my hands up. But the bidding goes 1 spade, 2 hearts. You want to raise it up a little, Brenda, so they can see. All right. 1 spade, 2 hearts. 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts. 3 spades is the right bid because it's still preemptive. I have an auction for you. I just love this auction. Pardon me. Jill's north and I'm south. Jill opens a heart. Right-hand opponent bids 1 spade. I'm Jill's partner. I bid 2 hearts. This person bids 2 spades. Now, Jill says, just a minute here. I open the bidding. I'm going to bid again. I've got an opening hand. And she bids 3 hearts. Well, I should make me be the culprit, not Jill. Sorry, I did this backwards. At any rate, she has already shown that she's opened the bidding. She's already shown that she has an opening hand. She's already shown that she has 5 hearts. So when this guy bids 2 spades, she does not have an automatic 3-heart bid. She bids again only if she has something new to tell me. And the new things she can tell me are this, class. She could have shortness in the enemy suit, like maybe a singleton. She could have an extra card in her suit. Maybe instead of 5 hearts or whatever it is, pardon me, maybe she has the 6th heart. Maybe instead of a singleton in the opponent's suit, maybe she has ace doubleton. She has the first round control. If you don't have anything new to show partner, you should pass these bids. So on this hand, it goes 1 heart, double, 1 diamond, double, 2 diamonds. You're really not good enough to bid 2 hearts with 5 rotten hearts to the 9. You have to pass. Because the double and then the advancer hasn't anything to bid. If East had passed, South would have to bid 1 heart, right? Because you have to respond to a takeout double if the person doesn't bid. So 1 heart, 1 diamond double pass, you would bid 1 heart with that rotten hand. But 1 diamond double, 2 diamonds, you no longer have to bid. In fact, to bid, you have to have 7 points to have it be a free bid. All right, let's see what's next. We have 3 more pages and then we're finished. All right, we have this hand. 1 heart, partner doubles. And the responder bids 2 hearts. Class, look at your hand. You have 3, 4, 5, 6 points. You have the 5th spade. So as the advancer, you are free to bid 2 spades. If you had a preemptive hand or an invitational type hand, you could bid 3 spades. I'm sitting here and I'm feeling sorry for you guys because this has been such a lot to go through for you, and I feel bad for you. Over here on the right, opener's action in a competitive auction. Partner opened a diamond, North bid a spade, and East doubled. East made a negative double. Did you get that, class? 1 diamond, 1 spade. East should have at least 4 hearts and might have 3 or 4 diamonds. And South passes. What should East bid, or what should West bid, I mean? 2 hearts. His partner has 4 hearts and he has 4 hearts, but he doesn't have a great hand, does he? He has a minimum hand, so he only bids 2 hearts. A minimum hand is 12 to 15. A medium hand is 16 to 18, and a maximum hand is 19 to 21. So he's showing his strength by his bid of 2 hearts. All right, let's raise this page up just a hair, please. Now, this time he opens, West opens 1 heart, North bids 1 spade, and East bids 2 spades. Class, don't look at the answer. What does 2 spades say? I want you all to say how many points it shows first, out loud so I can hear you.
10 plus.
11.
You get 10 out of your vocabulary. A Q bid is 11 plus. 10-point hands are minimum, and you bid them as though they're minimum. You must have 11 or more points, not 10. So East should bid 2 spades, saying I have 11 or more points and I have 3 or more spades. We don't know if it's 3 or 4, but it guarantees 3. So look at opener's hand. Opener has 5, 6, 9, 10, I mean 12. He doesn't have enough to bid game, does he? So he bids only 3 hearts. And now we look at the East hand, if we could see it. East does not have enough to go on, so he says pass. That means he had just exactly limit raise values of 11 or 12. Now, what happens, class? Let's talk about this a minute. What happens if over 2 spades and West bids 3 hearts? What would East bid if he had 13 or 14 points?
3 spades. 3 spades.
4 hearts.
Well, if he passes 3 hearts, he's saying I only have a limit raise. But if he had a full opener, he would bid 4 hearts. He would overrule partner because he has a full opening hand. I think that's the only point that some of you are missing that we have to make sure that we get through. Q bid is limit raise are better. And there's only one way you can show the difference. If it's just a limit raise, you pass 3 hearts. But if it's an opening hand, you bid 4 hearts. Okay.
Yep.
Page 158. And this is our last page. 158, the bidding goes 1, is that a spade? 1 spade double, 3 spades. What does partner's 3 spade bid tell you, class? How many spades does guarantee written in blood, stamped across your forehead? How many spades does he have to jump to 3 spades?
4.
Yes, he has to have 4 spades. And is the bid invitational or preemptive?
Invitational.
Nope. A redouble starts the invitation. If he just bids 3 spades, it's preemptive. Class, here's the other point. See, I wish you guys would make notations on your paper so when we meet again Tuesday, we need to go through this again with a fine-tooth comb. When partner opens the bidding and the next person makes a takeout double, your bids all change. You don't have an invitational bid anymore. You only have a redouble if it's invitational or greater. So if you bid 2 spades, you're not being very preemptive, but you've got maybe 6 to 10 points. But when you bid 3 spades, you don't have a lot of points, but you have 4 spades. It's preemptive. It's obstructive. You think I can remember to talk about this again Tuesday? Would you help me remember, guys? All right, let's look at the last hand of the day. West opens a diamond, North bids a heart, and East doubles. And South, the advancer says 2 hearts. What should West bid, class? This is a double I mentioned just briefly in passing, but I'm glad to show you this example. Remember I talked about a reopening double? A reopening double says that you've opened the bidding, but you've heard other people bid and they're trying to take it away from you. And it's kind of like a takeout double that Jill asked me about earlier. This time I have a stiff in the opponent's suit, but I have 4-card support for the other 3. So this is where I would double again. It's called the reopening double, and it's saying, partner, I have such a nice hand. We need to compete. We need to bid again. We can't let them just steal this contract away from us by bidding 2 hearts. Unless you have questions, I'm finished for the day. And Brenda, I want to thank you so much for putting these hands on the screen for us. I thought it was better for you guys, but I don't know if you all agree or not.
Yeah, lots better.
Good, good. Well, thank you to Brenda.
Fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brenda.
There you go, Brenda.
I got a question.
Glenna,
too. Go
Mary
ahead.
Jo, you have a question?
yeah, I don't have the, a copy of the pages from the book that you referred to today.
Oh, I'll tell you why I do this, and thank you for bringing that up. I meant to tell you how I could do it and why I could do it and what you can't do with it. The attorney for ACBL joined our roundtable meeting for teachers. I guess it was a week ago, Tuesday night. And she spent maybe 30 minutes going through what's legal and what isn't. And so I'm doing this because that attorney said that you cannot copyright hands that are used for teaching. So if I bought the book and I am a Better Bridge Teacher member, I mean, I'm a member of the Audrey Grant teaching team, I can use these pages to show them to you, but you are not able to copy them and share them with other people. So I'm not an attorney, and to me, it sounded weird. I thought, and by the way, the other thing the attorney said, that to be nice, I should always say, these hands came from this book. I have to give Audrey the credit that she's the one who made the hands. And I don't understand copywriting law enough, but apparently you cannot copyright bridge hands. And I don't know which guru made that ruling, but I am not being dishonest, or I'm not being illegal. I can put them up, but you cannot copy them. So
The book cost $12.95 at Amazon.
Oh, awesome.
$11.95. But you know what? I told you guys this before, and I'm not trying to cheat Audrey out of money that she has coming, but I guess I'm looking out for my students. I would rather not have students pay $12 for 6 different books. You know, if I'm legally able to share a chapter, or this book had 3 chapters, the other one came out of the ACBL book. I just feel that you're going to buy her cheat sheets, that her cheat sheet that I sell is $20. I mean, she's making a lot of money off that little fold out cheat sheet. You like this competitive bidding book? She has a great book on doubles. She has a great book out on improving your judgment. Maybe seeing her book here might make you go out and buy other books written by her. So I am promoting her.
I have a question, Glenna.
Yes,
Now, this is being recorded, right?
yes.
And then can we keep it and watch it again? How do you do that? Or don't we?
Well, ask Brenda, because she knows how she did it. I don't know. Or ask Ralph if Brenda doesn't know.
Well, I don't,
I'll put it up on YouTube, and then you can go back and view it on YouTube, just like the other one.
and Ralph, would the share screen show up on that?
Yes.
Okay.
And do I have to go to YouTube, or did you send it to me in an email, Ralph?
Like I did last time, the link to YouTube will be in the email.
Oh, okay.
All you have to do is click on the link, and it'll bring you right to YouTube.
Okay.
You know what, guys, if you get a chance, try to watch this again before Tuesday. I am so concerned that there were so many new things. For all of you had different things that were new to you, but just kind of watch it again, and we'll review it again Tuesday and see if this maybe solidifies it for you.
Okay.
I've enjoyed being with you. It's 4:45. I hope you have a nice weekend. I'm going to be busy making book lists and hands for you guys. So I'll be thinking of all of you. Take care and thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Glenna.
Bye. Thanks
you.
again, Brenda.